이것도 제일 아버든. 아버님.
아니야.
이건.
스타트했어.
Now, folks, I am in the great place. People challenged me that I won't be able to find Shambhala. बाबू साहब ये गांव के की नाम है? Sahmalpur. Shambhala, Sahmalpur. The meaning of Shambhala is, Shambhala means a place of peace and tranquility. And Samal means what we call it, people jahan sahta, where people don't fight. The people are cool. The people think. People, bear pain. People, where the people bear pain, people avoid problems. Sahmal means that. So that is a place of tranquility. Now Shambhala and Sahmal. This is your Shambhala. A lot of.
Okay. Now here, where is Shambhala? Where is Shambhala? Shambhala is a mythical Buddhist kingdom that is said to exist somewhere between the Himalayan mountains and the Gobi desert. See, all that the ancient Biharis did is thrown around all over the world. Imagine it. The king was Suchandra. In Shambhala, all of the citizens have achieved enlightenment. So it is the embodiment of Tibetan Buddhist perfection. And origin and where it is, this is important. The name Shambhala derives from Sanskrit texts and is thought to mean place of tranquility. That is exactly what Samhalpur in Lakhisarai district, Kajra, next to Kajra, is means. Sahmalpur. Sahmal means to bear pain, to be patient, not to get irritated. So that is that will be the place of peace and tranquility which the Buddhists, the Tibetans speak about. And the myth of Shambhala first appears in early Kal Chakra Buddhist texts which specify that its capital is named Kalapa. Now this is very important to prove that Samalpur is Shambhala. The capital name is Kalapa, and just next to Samalpur is Kajra. Kajra is mispronounced as Kalapa, and Samalpur is mispronounced as Shambhala, folks. You can let's see what the satellite pictures shows us. See, here is Samalpur in Lakhisarai district. Samalpur, it's now a part of Kajra town. It's a part of Kajra town. So Samalpur means peace and tranquility. Samalpur means peace and tranquility. Sahna means to bear pain, to control your irritation, control your anger. So all these put together means to peace and tranquility. So this is definitely your Shambhala. Now the capital was Kalapa. Now that is a mispronunciation of Kajra. Kalapa is a mispronunciation of Kajra, and there is no difference. Now Kajra has overtaken Samalpur, and Samalpur has become a colony of Kajra. So basically, and so this is definitely the Tibetan mispronounced Kalapa. Now the Tibetans say that Shambhala was a place of wise people, of Buddhas. So you have your Buddha Amitabh temple up here in Arma, and then you have your Guan Yin temple over here, your Avalokiteshwar temple over there, and then you have Kajra has got several Tibetan mispronunciations. See, several Tibetans, they wrote several texts, and each Tibetan had a mispronunciation. Like in the Vajravarahi story, this is the pure land of Kijila. In the Vajravarahi story, this is the pure land of Kijila. And then, of course, just now you read that Shambhala's capital was Kalappa. This is again another mispronunciation of Kajra. And then you have in the Tilopa story, Tilopa's birthplace was regarded as Jagoda. Now you put the J here and K here, it becomes Jakara, sounding similar to Jagoda. So Kajra is Jagoda, Tilopa's birthplace. Kajra is Kalappa's, Shambhala's capital, that is Samalpur. The village is just behind Kajra, stuck to Kajra, next to Kajra station. And then you have Narotimpur, which is Naropa. Then you have, what do you think? It is mispronounced as Kagyu, Kajra, because Atisa's, this is Atisa's palace. Now in the Atisa story, they don't take the name of the palace. The Tibetans just write that it is a victory band. It is a victory band. So Kajal is a victory black band around the eye. The Kajal is a victory black band around the eye. So this is definitely your Atisa's home. And then you have, this is mispronounced again as Kagyu. Kajra is mispronounced as Kagyu. And these are the Kajra hills, Kajra Pahari, Kagyu Pa. So you have Kagyu and you have Kagyu Pa. So basically, Kajra has got several mispronunciations, but this was home to most of the Tibetan 81 Siddhas, Mahasiddhas. This entire area around Kajra was home to most of the Tibetan 81 Mahasiddhas. And so folks, I hope I have satisfied you that this is enough proof that Samalpur is Shambhala, the mispronounced Shambhala, capital Kajra, mispronounced Kalappa. Folks, I hope I have satisfied you.
Okay, now folks, this is an aerial view of your your Shambhala, Samalpur. This is, and see the hills behind. Thanka paintings show those hills, and this is a sort of a valley in between the hills, Shambhala, just like in the Thanka paintings. Folks can see the hills behind the background. Now Shambhala, it had a capital called Kalappa. Now basically, if it was a mythological place, it wouldn't be having a capital. Well, it has a capital called Kalappa, and that is your Kalappa. It's actually Kajra. Kalappa is a mispronunciation of Kajra, just as Shambhala is a mispronunciation of Samalpur. Now, Samalpur means peace and tranquility, and that's exactly what Shambhala means. See, the Tibetan texts are written in such a way, and if you find it on the ground similar, the names are similar, Samalpur, Shambhala, and the Tibetan texts say it is the Tibetan texts say it is a place of peace and tranquility. Well, Samalpur means peace and tranquility. And then you have two other proofs that this is your Shambhala, Samalpur is Shambhala. The other two other proofs are the Kal Chakra Stupa and the Kal Chakra Mandala, folks. So enjoy your aerial view, your drone footage of Shambhala, the elusive Shambhala. Even Hitler searched for this Shambhala. And see the hills behind, that's which has been shown in Thanka pictures. Shambhala surrounded by hills, folks. So here we are, Shambhala. I will be soon showing you the other proofs that this is Samalpur is Shambhala. See, it tallies with the Thanka paintings of rivers and sort of a valley in between hills. And that is exactly what Samalpur is, and that is the capital, Kalappa. Below the drone is Samalpur, and that is just now the drone is traveling over the capital, Kalappa, which is actually a mispronunciation of Kajra. So folks, Tibetan folks, Shambhala has been found. Enjoy the aerial view of the place. And basically everything is according to Tibetan texts. Now, if I believe that if something is written in texts and it is found on the ground, then it isn't mythology, it is history. But if something is written in Tibetan text and it's not found in the ground, then it is mythology. So folks, Shambhala means peace and tranquility. Samalpur means peace and tranquility. They sound alike, and folks, it tallies with the Thanka painting of Shambhala with the hills around it. So I hope you enjoyed this aerial view. Now I will give you a lecture from the ground on Shambhala and the proofs of that this is Samalpur is Shambhala, that is the Kal Chakra Mandala close by and the Kal Chakra Stupa close by, which is Amauri. Now folks, I am in the great place. People challenged me that I won't be able to find Shambhala. बाबू साहब ये गांव के की नाम है?
सहमालपुर.
Samalpur, Shambhala, Samalpur. The meaning of Shambhala means a place of peace and tranquility, and Samal means what we call it, people jahan sahta, where people don't fight. The people are cool. The people think. People, bear pain. People, where the people bear pain, people avoid problems. Sahmal means that. So that is a place of tranquility. Now Shambhala and Sahmal. This is your Shambhala. A lot of Tibetans people have written. Now I am in Shambhala. See, this is Shambhala, and I showed you the drone picture of Shambhala. Now, this village up here in Kajra in Bihar. Kajra, दिख रहा है. The word Kajra has several Tibetans have mispronounced it as Jagoda. In the Tilopa story, it has been mispronounced as Jagoda. Chakthani आसपास में है.
Yes,
Chakthani has been mispronounced as Chativavo and Chativavo and what do you call it? Chativavo and this is Kajra, and in the what do you call it? Atisa story, it is the golden band. Golden band, that is Kajra. The golden band. So that Kajra Bazaar was Atisa's palace area. According to Tibetan texts, this palace area had a lot of lakes, and there are a lot of lakes behind that I showed you in my drone. Now this is Shambhala. See Kajra, and in the Vajravadahi section, Vajravadahi story, Kajra is mispronounced as Kijila. So various Tibetans have mispronounced Kajra, and then in the Dalai Lama sect, His Holiness the Dalai Lama sect, Kagyu is a mispronunciation of Kajra again. The entire religion is the Kagyu sect, a mispronunciation of Kajra. And Kagyu Pa is Kajra Pahadi, which I showed you behind me. Kagyu Pa is Kajra Pahadi. And folks, so this is your Kijila Pure Land Buddhism. Now this is what Kajra is, the center of Pure Land Buddhism. And you had Shambhalpur. This is Shambhalpur. Now the entire world has been searching for Shambhala. Now see what they have done. You have Shambhala publications in the name of Shambhalpur. Daniel Moore wrote the song Shambhala in 1973, which was recorded by B.W. Stevenson. That is your Shambhalpur. Shambhala appears as a mini dungeon in the PC98 game EVO, the theory of evolution. This is Shambhalpur. Now इन लोगों को गांव वाला को दिखाइए. These are the people of Shambhalpur. These are the people of Shambhalpur. And then you had Walt Disney movie, Scrooge McDuck, the treasure of the 10 Avatars. And then you have Canadian experimental soundscape artist M.U. Simulkar released a 12-minute track entitled Shambhala. And there's a South Indian film, Little Singham or Shambhala Jambhala. All have taken the name of this little village up here with the Kajra hills behind it. Now the Shambhala has been depicted in Thangka paintings surrounded by hills and valleys and lakes. So you have the Kajra hills over there behind. This is Shambhalpur. It means to bear pain, to be cool, not to get irritated, not to be tense, and and that is exactly what Shambhala means, a place where peace and tranquility is. So folks, I found Shambhala. Now proof of Shambhala is the Kal Chakra Stupa. Folks, let's see what the Tibetan texts have to say.
Proof is the Kal Chakra Stupa. That is proof that Shambhalpur is Shambhala. See, King Suchandra, he was the king. According to Indian and Tibetan legend, King Suchandra, the northeastern Indian kingdom of Shambhala, king of the northeastern kingdom of Shambhala, was the one who requested teaching from the Buddha that would allow him to practice the dharma without renouncing his worldly enjoyments and responsibilities. In response to his request, the Buddha gave the first Kal Chakra Tantra initiation and teachings in Amravati, now a small town in Andhra Pradesh. Now, Amravati. Now they have by mistake placed the Amravati Stupa at Andhra Pradesh in southeastern India. Supposedly emanating at the same time, he was also delivering the Prajna Paramitra Sutras at Vulture Peak mountain of Rajgir in North India. Now, is this possible? He couldn't give it, at the same time in Andhra Pradesh and in Rajgir in Bihar. So, Amravati, and just next to Shambhalpur, which is Shambhala, is Amvadi Stupa. Now, ancient Dhanyakataka stupa in Amravati. So now they have called this stupa Dhanyakataka stupa because Taranath calls it Dhanyakataka stupa in Amravati. Basically, if you see the satellite picture, next to Sahamalpur is Dharampur, that is your Dhanyakataka, and Amravati is Amwari. And both Amwari and Amravati mean everlasting, long life. So folks, let's see where Dhanyakataka and Amravati are. So here is Sahamalpur, your Shambhala. This is Kajra, the capital of Shambhala, Kalappa. And now you have your Amwari, which by mistake people have identified as Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. And Dhanyakataka is Dharampur. Dhanyakataka is Dharampur. See, this is a Mauja up here. This area is in the name of Dharampur. So in Dharampur you had the Amwari stupa. The stupa is there. It looks like two small hills, folks. So let's view the other satellite picture and compare it with Amravati. Now here we have Rajgir and Amwari. Rajgir and Amwari. Here you have Rajgir and Amwari. It is an 80-kilometer difference. So it was possible for the Buddha to give the Prajnapara Mitra Sutra in Rajgir, the vulture's peak, and the Kal Chakra in Amwari simultaneously in Shambhala, Sahamalpur. Now it is 2700 kilometers to Amravati in Andhra Pradesh, which Tibetans have identified as the Kal Chakra stupa. So now look at the distance, 2700 kilometers. Was it possible to give the Prajnapara Mitra Sutra in Rajgir and in Amravati in Andhra Pradesh simultaneously? No. Be practical. But it was possible to give it from Rajgir to Amwari, which is a distance of 80 kilometers, just 2 days walk according to the speed with which the Buddha used to walk. So folks, let's view the video of Shambhala, which is your Sahamalpur. Here it is Shambhala and your Sahamalpur, folks. That is definitely your Shambhala. I have given you proof of it as Shambhala.
Check out Kal Chakra Stupa's video. Okay now folks, welcome to Amwari Stupa. Amwari ना नाम है? हाँ,
इसका हम लोग नाम रखते दिए हैं शांति नगर।
Amwari ओरिजिनल नाम रखो, वो सब नहीं कर इतिहास गायब हो जाते। ये Amwari, I have come to Amwari Stupa. Now proof of Shambhala. Sahamalpur is Shambhala. Proof of Shambhala is Amwari. Proof of Shambhala is Amwari. Now look at the village. This is a perfect stupa. दिखाइए. This is a perfect stupa. See it is all mud covered with stones and rocks. It's all mud covered with stones and rocks. A layer of rocks with mud on it. So folks, this is Amwari. Now I have got the stupa behind me. According to Buddhist texts, according to Tibetan texts, the king of Shambhala, he asked the Buddha that we would also like to follow the law, but if we follow the law, we can't do our kingly duties. So the Buddha, okay, then folks, the king of Shambhala, that is Sahamalpur. Now to prove Sahamalpur is Shambhala, is Amwari. The king of Shambhala, he asked the Buddha to give some teachings so that ordinary people like him could carry on their kingly duties and follow the Buddha's law. So follow the Buddha's law. So the Buddha agreed and he gave the Kal Chakra Pravachana. Folks, this is the place where the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra Pravachana in Amwari. Now the Buddhists have placed it at this place, Andhra Pradesh, when actually it is in Bihar, because the Buddha simultaneously gave the Prajnaparamitra Sutra in Rajgir and the Kal Chakra Sutra in Amwari. That is Amwari here, folks. You can see the stupa, it's clean, and after the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra Sutra, the king of Sambhalpur or Samalpur or Shambhala, he made a crystal palace, crystal mandala for the Kal Chakra, made a crystal mandala for the Kal Chakra. It is Khakra D in this 4 kilometers from here. Khakra D कितना किलोमीटर है? यहाँ से? हाँ? 4 kilometers from here, and फिर ऑफ हो गया, तो उसको रहने दीजिए, इसी में कीजिए, इसमें हो रहा है. So now basically what happens is your Guanyin on the Potalaka hill is Gaibi Baba on Jalwa Pahadi, Pahadi Jalwa Sthan. So that is nearby. It is Guanyin, is Gaibi Baba, and this is Amwari. And folks, put 2 and 2 together. How can the Buddha give simultaneously the Prajnaparamitra Sutra in Rajgir and in Andhra Pradesh at the same time? It wasn't possible. But it's possible here because this area is 80 kilometers southeast of Rajgir. So folks, this is your Kal Chakra Stupa. It is Amwari Stupa. Actually, the name is Khakra. Look, you read Wikipedia, read the Tibetan text, read Taranath. Read Taranath, and he calls it Kakra. Taranath calls it Kakra. The Kakra Sutra, that is Khakra D. And this is the place where he gave the Kakra Sutra, which Tibetans have mispronounced as Kal Chakra. In fact, if you read Tibetan text, you read Wikipedia, it is Kal Kakra. Kal Kakra. They have added the Kal. No, it is Kakra Sutra. So folks, you can see it is a clear-cut stupa. This is your Kal Chakra Stupa. The third proof of Shambhala is the Kal Chakra Mandala. Now let's see what Tibetan texts have to say about it.
Of Shambhala is the Kal Chakra Mandala. Is the Kal Chakra Mandala which King Suchandra made. King Suchandra wrote down the Kal Chakra teaching he received, composing the 12,000 verse mula or root text which has not survived. He also built a huge three-dimensional Kalchakra mandala in the center of the kingdom. See, he also built a three-dimensional Kalchakra crystal palace. It was a crystal palace in the center of his kingdom. And Suchandra is said to have died only 2 years after receiving the teachings. So folks, the crystal palace, the Kalchakra mandala, the crystal Kalchakra mandala, three-dimensional Kalchakra mandala is third proof that Sahamalpur is Shambhala, and Amwari is the Kalchakra stupa. Folks, let's see the place in now let's see what else Wikipedia has to say. Break up the word Kalchakra, because Kalchakra is a Sanskrit word. Is a Sanskrit word. It's not local language. The actual word is khakra. The actual word is, instead of chakra, is khakra, and Kal they have forced it in. Let's see what Wikipedia has to say about this. Okay, now let's see where the three-dimensional Kalchakra mandala is. Here you have Kajra and you have Sahamalpur, your Shambhala. Now the three-dimensional mandala is the third proof that this is Sahamalpur is Shambhala. So you have Amwari taken for Amravati, and then now you have the Khakra D. Khakra, Khakra D, folks. This is your Kalchakra mandala, and the beauty of it is in the name of Tesajha. Tesajha. This whole area, the land is in the name of Tesajha. Jha means a preacher. Jha means a preacher, and Tesa is Atisa, folks. Tesa is Atisa. So this, Kalchakra mandala is the entire land is in the name of Atisa, Tesa Jha. Jha means preacher. And the Kalchakra mandala actually is Khakra. It's Khakra. See, let's see what Wikipedia says. See, Wikipedia calls it Kal Kakra. See, Kal Kakra. It always calls it Kal Kakra. And Taranath calls it Kakra. Taranath calls it Kakra. But they have added a Kal to Sanskritize it. Folks, it is actually Kakra. Kakra, Kal Kakra. See, everywhere it is mentioned as Kal Kakra. So that is your Khakra D. Khakra D. D means palace. D is the palace area. Wherever I have gone and identified a palace, it is D. So Khakra D is the three-dimensional Kal Chakra mandala. Now let's enlarge the satellite picture and view the mandala. Now this is very important. It is on the banks of the Jhana river. The Kalchakra mandala, see there it is. The three-dimensional mandala, three-dimensional 1, 2 and 3. See the top part, the western part is circular. So that tip will be 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions, and this is a stupa here. So this is your three-dimensional mandala, folks. This is your first satellite viewing of Khakra D. Khakra D is the crystal Kalchakra palace, and this is the Jhana river. The crystal Kal Chakra palace is on the Jhana river. It has been mispronounced as Sita in Buddhist texts. In Tibetan texts they have called it Sita. No, it is the Jhana river. Now the Jhana sounds very similar to Jonang. Jhana sounds very similar to Jonang. So it seems the word Jonang, because see, the Kal Chakra Mandala in Atisa's name is on the Jhana river, and this falls under the Jonang school of thought. This falls under the Jonang school of thought. So it is definite that the Tibetans took the word Jhana and mispronounced it as Jonang, the Jonang school of thought. Like Kajra, I told you, gave the word Kagyu, because that is the, palace of Atisa and the home of Tilopa and Vajravadahi. And then, Kajra Pahad, the hills of Kajra is Kagyupa. So, this is the Jhana river. This has given its name to, Jonang school of thought, under which the Kal Chakra falls. So, folks, the Jhana river is definite proof that Khakra D is the three-dimensional Kal Chakra Mandala which King Suchandra made for the Kal Chakra teachings. So folks, you have it all. You have your Khakra D, the three-dimensional mandala, and then you have the others also, Amvari, and then you have Kajra, and you have Samalpur, which is your Shambhala, folks.
Now you can view the video of the Kal Chakra Mandala, which is under the ground, 5-storied crystal palace. Okay, now folks, here this is an aerial view of your Kal Chakra Mandala. Buried in the ground, it is a 30 feet high mud mound littered with bricks. You see the coloring, that change in coloring from brown and green. The green is the fields 30 feet below, and the brown is the Kal Chakra Mandala, where it's impossible to do agriculture because of the amount of bricks that are littered all over the place. You can see the brown part, the three-dimensional, see the 2 dimensions you have reached here. Now the drone will turn around, and folks, this is your 3-dimensional Kal Chakra Mandala, which is your Khakra D. Khakra D, and see, you can see the perfect curve on the front, next to the river, the perfect curve. Folks, this is your Kal Chakra Mandala, Khakra D. The Tibetan texts aren't sure whether to call it Kal Chakra or Kakra. Kakra, this is Khakra D. And folks, we have approached the Jhana river, which in Tibetan texts it is written that the Sita river is on the banks of the Sita river. It's not the Sita river, it's the Jhana river. So folks, this is the Jhana river with the Kal Chakra Mandala close by. This is Khakra D. It's not Kal Chakra, it's Kakra. Taranath calls it Kakra. See, you can see the circular part, which is the 3rd dimension of the mandala. And imagine it, the entire thing is a 5-story crystal palace, 54-acre 5-story crystal palace. Imagine it, folks. What a beautiful thing is below the ground. Thanks to the Tibetans, my hats off to the Tibetans for preserving these things so that we could find it out later. So folks, the brown section is your Kal Chakra Mandala under the ground, and the green section is 30 feet below the mandala, the fields, folks. So this is your King Suchandra, he made it, but later on, he died within 2 years. And his son Parikshit, in Buddhist text, it is Chitigya. Folks, Chitigya is mispronunciation of Parikshit. Parikshit was the king of this palace. That's the local folklore. So that tallies with your Shambhala story. So folks, enjoy your drone footage of the Kal Chakra Mandala, which is Khakra D, and there is a small temple next to the river. What do you call it? It's dedicated to Tara Dolma. It is dedicated to, amongst those trees, there is a temple dedicated to Tara Dolma, because you see the river Tara Dolma would, help people on the riverside, etc. So here you are, your Kal Chakra Mandala, the third proof that Samalpur is Shambhala. The second proof was Amauri Stupa, and the third proof is the Kal Chakra Mandala. Now, from where did he get all the crystals? See, if the king owned a whole mountain bearing crystal-bearing rocks, then it is possible to make a 54-acre, 5-story crystal palace, folks. It's possible. And I will be showing you the hill from where the middle section is missing. It shows ancient mining, folks. There, this is the view of your Kal Chakra Mandala, folks. Enjoy it. And we are approaching the Jhana river. In Tibetan text, it is the Sita river. So there are some discrepancies. Anyway, we are approaching the curved third dimension of the mandala, and we are approaching the river, the Jhana river. Folks, these are proof. The Jhana gave the word, Jonang school of thought. Jhana gave the word, the Jonang school of thought. So folks, enjoy. I hope you enjoyed your drone footage of the Kal Chakra Mandala, which is Khakra D, folks. Thank you very much.
Now folks, I am on the banks of the Jhana river. I am on the banks of the Jhana river. This river, Jhana and Jonang. Jhana and Jonang, don't they sound similar? Jhana and Jonang. Folks, this river gave its name to the Jonang school of thought. And this river gave its name to the Jonang school of thought, Jhana, Jonang. This river seems to have given the name to the Jonang school of thought, which in turn is proof that Khakra D over there, Khakra D is the Kal Chakra Mandala, folks. Khakra D is the Kal Chakra Mandala. Yeah. So this, So you have the Jhana river here. Jhana river. Imagine if the ancient Tibetans had come here. They wrote about this place. And the Jhana gave the name Jonang school of thought. So that is your Jhana, this river is proof that Khakra D is the Kal Chakra Mandala, the Kal Chakra Mandala, folks. Okay, now folks, I am in Khakra D. This is your Kal Chakra Mandala, which King Suchandra made for after the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra teachings. Beech mein humko rakhiye. After the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra teachings in Amwari, which I just showed you, Amwari. Now, Buddhists have mistakenly placed the Kal Chakra Stupa in Andhra Pradesh. See, the Buddha, he imparted the Prajnapada Mitra Sutra on the, in Rajgir, and the Kal Chakra Sutra simultaneously. So he couldn't have given that sutra in Rajgir and Andhra Pradesh simultaneously. It was not possible. It is a 1600 kilometer difference.
Basically, it is up here. This is Khakra D. Amwari is 80 kilometers southeast of Rajgir. So it was possible for the Buddha to give the Kal Chakra teachings in Amwari, which I showed you over there. I showed you the stupa. Now basically this is proof, Khakra D is proof that Amwari was the place where the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra teachings, and Samalpur in Kajra is the country of Sambhala. Samalpur in Kajra is the country of Sambhala. Samal means to bear pain, to be cool, to have patience, to not to be tense. And that's the meaning of Samal, Samalpur. And Shambhala means a place of peace and tranquility. So they have the same meaning, Shambhala and Samalpur. So folks, now when King Suchandra, he requested the Buddha to give some teachings so that people like him, kings and ordinary people, they could follow the law and continue with their kingly duties. So the Buddha gave the Kal Chakra teachings, and the Kal Chakra teachings in Amwari, which they by mistake have misplaced it as Amravati. And Amwari, and King Suchandra was so happy that he made a Kal Chakra Mandala. Folks, this is your Kal Chakra Mandala, 54-acre bricks scattered, brick littered, plot with, and he made it out of, he made a crystal palace. He made a crystal mandala. Folks, this is the crystal mandala. Now this is Khakra D. Now Khakra D is the crystal mandala because it is next to Amwari, just 4 kilometers away from Amwari. Now what happens is, when you go to you read the Tibetan text, especially you read Taranath. Taranath has written a lot about the Kal Chakra Mandala, etc. He calls it Kakra Mandala. He calls it Kakra Mandala. And all the people who teach in Vikramshila, they call it the Kakra Mandala. In fact, in Wikipedia, it is Kal Kakra. It's not Kal Chakra. It's Kal Kakra. So Kakra Mandala is Kakra Mandala is Khakra D, where I am standing. Dikhaiye. I showed you. I gave you. I will give you drone view of the Kal Chakra Mandala. This is it, and proof of the Kal Chakra Mandala. Proof of Kal Chakra Mandala is the river. That is Jhana river. Jhana river, Jhana has given the Tibetan the words Jonang, Jhana, Jonang, Jhana, Jonang. And according to the Tibetan text, the Kal Chakra Mandala was made on the banks of the Sita river. It's not the Sita river, it's the Jhana river. Now the Jhana and Jonang, Jhana and Jonang, and the entire Kal Chakra story comes under the Jonang school of thought. The Jonang school of thought. So this is your, the Jhana river over there, which I will show you in my drone. That is proof that, Khakra D is the Kal Chakra Mandala of which King Suchandra made. Now, people don't know King Suchandra here, but they know his son. According to Buddhist text, his son's name was Chitigya. And up here they say the king of this place, and this was his palace. This was his palace. His name was Parikshit. Parikshit and Chitig. Parikshit and Chitig, they sound similar. So Chitig is a mispronunciation of Parikshit. He was the king of this Mandala palace. So you have this crystal palace below this. And where did the king get the crystal from? For 54 acre. See, दिखाइए 54 acre huge plot. 54 acre huge plot. Where did they get the crystal from? Just गैबी बाबा कितने दूर होती यहाँ से, कितने कोस होती किलोमीटर? 10 kilometers? Around 8 or 9 kilometers from here. 7 or 8 kilometers from here is your Jalwa Pahadi Gaibi Baba, which is the Indian Potala hill with Guanyin or Gaibi Baba or Gaibi on top. Guanyin is a mispronunciation of Gaibi. So folks, this is Khakra D, and what do you call it? That was Jalwa Pahadis over there. You see the middle of the hill has been mined. The middle of the hill is missing. All those rocks were jewel bearing rocks, and those rocks are here. So folks, this is your Khakra D. This is the Kal Chakra Mandala. I found it, folks. I found it. Thank you.
Now, to prove that Khakra D is the Kal 5-storied crystal mandala, you have to prove from where they got the crystal, so much crystal for a 5-storied crystal mandala. So, folks, here is the hill. It is a whole mountain with crystal-bearing rocks, granite rocks, crystal-bearing granite rocks, folks. It was owned by King Suchandra himself. So you have Khakra D here, the Kal Chakra Mandala. Here you have the Kal Chakra Mandala. See the 3-dimensional Kal Chakra Mandala on the Jhana river, which gives the name Jonang School of Thought. The Kal Chakra Mandala. Now, what do you call it? Where did the king? This is a crystal palace. Imagine a 54-acre crystal palace. Now, people are treating it as mythology. See, till something is not found, it is mythology. But if it is found, it is history. So here we are, the crystal palace in Shambhala. Now, this is in Shambhala. Shambhala is Samalpur. Samalpur means the same as Shambhala, a place of peace and tranquility. So this is the, what do you call it, Kal Chakra, 3-dimensional mandala. It's not Kal Chakra, it's Khakra. In Buddhist texts, also Tibetan texts, it's Kal Kakra, no, and Taranath calls it Kakra. So this Khakra D is what do you call it, palace. So this is Khakra D. This is the crystal palace which King Suchandra made for the Kal Chakra as the Kal Chakra Mandala. Now, where did he get the crystal from? See, let's zoom down. See, he got the crystal from this mountain here. This mountain, this is Gaibi Baba. Gaibi has been mispronounced as Guanyin, that is Avalokiteshwar. Gaibi has been mispronounced as Guanyin. Its other name is Ajgaibi, mispronounced as Guanzizai by the Chinese. So Gaibi is Guanyin and Ajgaibi is Guanzizai. Now let's see the mountain. This is an entire mountain with quartz. It's just made out of quartz rocks with loads of crystals in it. It's made out of quartz rock with loads of crystals in it. Now this central portion has been mined. This central portion has been mined, which I just showed you. What do you call it? Of the hillside, the mountainside. This central portion of this has been mined. This has definitely gone. See, making a crystal palace wasn't a big thing for King Suchendra, because this was within his kingdom, within his property. So he takes the crystal from here 8 kilometers northeast to here, and he makes this palace, crystal palace, folks. It is possible, very possible. The crystal palace of Khakra D, the three-dimensional mandala. What do you call it? Tibetans write about, and Dalai Lama, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, keeps telling us about what do you call it? The crystal palace, crystal mandala. So here it is, the crystal mandala on the banks of the Jhana river, and you have Amwadi, what do you call it? Amwadi, which is your what do you call it? Kalchakra Stupa, and then you have the hillock near it, just 3 kilometers away from the Kalchakra Stupa. You have this hillock with this area mined for its crystals. You can make out it is ancient mining, folks. Check out the video drone footage of the hill. Thank you.
Okay, now folks, I am going to send my drone up to show you this hillock. The entire, what do you call it, crystal hillock. The whole hill is made out of gem bearing loads of rocks, granite rocks. So here it is. See, this is your, what do you call it, Gaimi Baba Jalwa Pahadi. Jalwa means brilliance. This is why all the what do you call it, Potalas and all the Puto Logia Shans are called brilliance. Brilliance. So this is what do you call it, brilliance, and this is your Potala Hill, folks. The Indian Potala Hill. The Indian Potala Hill. See, you can see the, what do you call it, mined section. This is ancient mining. The section which King Suchendra mined to build his crystal palace, the crystal mandala in Khakra D, which I showed you the other day. So this is his the, what do you call it, hillock from where the crystal was mined to create a crystal mandala for the Kal Chakra mandala, crystal mandala. So folks, this is your, see, the rocks shine during the afternoon. The rocks shine during the afternoon, and you can see it has part of the hill has been cut. So there is mining still going on, and the Potala Ka with the what do you call it, Guanyin temple, Gaibi temple. Guanyin is a mispronunciation of Gaibi. And Guan Zizai is a mispronunciation of Aj Gaibi. See, this is the what do you call it, mined section which King Suchendra mined to make his what do you call it, Kal Chakra, the crystal Kal Chakra mandala. That is Khakra D, which is just 8 kilometers northeast from here. So this is your what do you call it, Kal Chakra mandala. This is from where the King Suchendra got, and this is your Pure Land Buddhism, folks. This is your Pure Land Buddhism, because see, the Pure Land was a place, very beautiful place with exotic things. Now imagine it, a crystal hill supplying crystal for the crystal mandala, and a crystal mandala, and with, you know, wise men like Atisa living here, Tilopa Naropa living here, the Vikramshila monastery up here. So this, and you have the Jhana river nearby, and you saw those hills over there and this hill. So that is Shambhala. It's Samalpur and Shambhala sound the same, and they both mean peace and tranquility. And it is just nearby. So folks, this hillock has been what do you call it, auctioned and it will be mined, it will soon disappear because of its wealth, because of the crystal bearing rocks in it. So you get topaz, etc. and all from here. So this is your Kal Chakra mandalas. This was the supply. See, people will think it's mythology, the Kal Chakra mandala. No, the entire hill belonged to the king who made the Kal Chakra mandala. He simply cut into the rocks and cut away the rocks, and with those rocks he made the mandala. It was a crystal mandala. So it's not mythology, folks. It is. See, the Tibetans have written very accurately. It is just that people don't find things and then they write it off as mythology. No. This is the excavated, mined section. This is the mined section. You can see it was ancient mining, 1,000 or a couple of thousand years ago. During the Buddha's time. So folks, they are used to the hill that supplied the